Coach Parker, following a 17-14, I called it a gutty and a gritty win for you guys over that undefeated Riverside team. Talk to me, ebbs and flows of this game too. It took a little while to get the scoring going. You guys had a lead, they had a lead, you guys had to fight for it. Just talk to me how this game played out and how you were able to come out on top.
Yeah, I thought our defensive performance tonight was great outside of a couple plays where we didn't get them down and they broke big plays. I thought that was the story in the game. We had big plays and they ended up getting us down at the end of them. Outside of Tata's first touchdown where we ended up taking that and scoring, we were hitting big plays and they were getting us down and made us play another play. And we got inside the red zone. We didn't do a very good job tonight of finishing inside the red zone. But that all shortened the game. When teams are putting together drives, the clock's running. And, it was a team effort. Playing back and forth, leaning on our defense, pinning them deep, them showing up. But I couldn't be more happy for our defense and the way they finished it with the pick. They were swarming all night, and we challenged them. That's a very good running back who's going to Harvard. And I thought we bottled them up for the most part. They hit a couple nice plays on us that kind of got us out of our rush lanes. But yeah, just a great performance by our guys.
You guys have a couple of stud running backs as well, and when one of them, like DeAndre Richard, goes down, that's an elite back that could be a detriment for teams. But Junie Higgs, as he's done time and time again for your team, steps up. Talk to me about just his willingness to step up in the moment, and the moment never being too big for him.
When you look at Junie as a football player, in my time here, he's the most reliable kid that I've ever coached. He just gets the job done, and he's unselfish. When we need him most, the kid always shows up. When you need a play, he'll feet stop, and then somehow he's squirting through and getting down. But just so mentally tough, physically tough, playing both ways for us. I don't know how many plays he played tonight, but just so excited for him and his progress through the program, and he's been doing that his entire career, so it's nothing new to us, but again, I can't say how proud I am of him.
Two-part question for your final question here. It felt like the run game was obviously their MO and what they were going to come through. Tonight, I felt like when they elected to go pass, I was calling DeVanzo Tate's name a lot, too, in the breakups, too. Second part of that question, though, is how were you able to contain the run game that was kind of running rampant a little bit in the first half? Second half, they weren't able to get a lot of ground yards, too. What was the difference in that? And also mention DeVanzo's performance in the passing game defensively.
First, we'll start with DeVanzo. The kid worked his butt off all offseason. I think last year we did a good job. I think we only gave up 5 rushing touchdowns during the regular season, and we gave up 20 passing. We challenged our corners and our secondary guys, and DeVanzo was the leader in the offseason of just tireless work. And Wayne followed, and now those two corners really set the tone, and Isaiah and Junie at safety have really come along and made that secondary pretty special. But when you go back to the first half, we did a good job, I thought, of bottling up their run. It was just the big runs and timely runs. On their touchdown run, we had him in the backfield. He spun out. We got out gap. We all squeezed in, and then he ended up taking him for a touchdown. Then a couple of their misdirection plays, their screen that they had on 3rd and long, Anthony Espec was right there to finish the play, and the kid just made him miss. And I thought those were backbreakers because a lot of those were on 3rd and long. But in the second half, once that went away, I thought our guys really, really just showed what our defense can do. And it's the secondary and the pass, but it's the front line, the effort those guys gave, and then the linebackers, that front 7, flying around, giving everything they have. I just couldn't be more proud of the defense after